Hello and welcome back. Today I'm on location here at Hunters Point Reserve, and it's a very new, fairly small wetland property that's close to where I live here. And it just pretty much opened up, I guess you could say, unveiled, to the public about a couple months ago now. So it's very new. I'm pretty sure most people aren't too aware of it, quite honestly. But I found out by way of the ownership of the actual property, which is by the local Wetlands Association that I'm a member of. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Not much here at the moment. I mean, there's some nice snow on the ground and everything, situated around me and everything. As you can probably tell with the binoculars, and I got telephoto lens, all my wildlife set up, is that I'm probably gonna be focusing on birds today. Even though there is a lot of snow and it might make for some nice landscapes. So I'm not gonna rule that possibility out, but for now, all I'm traveling with is just basically what I would use to shoot birds and take photographs of them, of course. So I'm going to start off with that, and we'll see how the rest of the day goes. But this is a very small place. I'm not sure how many acres it is, but it's only got a few handful of different trails, probably totaling about a mile or two, maybe 3 at most, if you really, I guess, count loops and everything. So yeah, there's not too much to see, but it does take you along some winding creek, kind of creekside views, I guess, of the Beaver Creek, which is pretty neat. So that might look kind of nice with all the snow lining it. As well, but like I said, today I'm going to be focusing on the birds. Lots of plentiful light. As you can see, it's a nice overcast, but it's not like a blank gray sky. There's actually some blue kind of openings and clearings up there in the clouds, which is nice. So it kind of pulls in a lot more light, which I think will help with taking photographs in general today, really, which will be nice. But so yeah, I'm just gonna check out this place. This is actually I believe my 3rd visit. So yeah, I'm relatively new to the place, but honestly this property is kind of still in development as it is, and it actually lines up with previous on-location videos I did, where I actually went to Dane Mutter Prairie, which this property right here at Hunters Point Reserve is actually just north of that, and it is connected as well. So I might even check that out for a little bit. Probably won't record that bit since I already did technically way long ago, over a year ago I think by now, which is crazy to think. But yeah, lots of birds flying over I can see now, since it is kind of snow stopped and everything falling. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started here. So far not too much luck, honestly. The real problem I'm finding, at least at the moment, is that the birds are just way out of range. Like there's like quite a handful of the Downy Woodpeckers, which is a pretty common year-round woodpecker in Ohio here, but they're just way too high up in the trees, and they're not even like the tallest of trees, but they're just when it's like 3 or 4 times my height and they're at the very tips, eating little like seedling pods or whatever, just flitting about from the branches, is that they're just too high up. And so when you take bird shots, and you typically want them eye level, because the problem is when you're looking up and with your telephoto lens and all that stuff, and you're looking way up, and it's just going to be really overexposed, and it's going to be hard to meter accordingly for the scene, because all you're seeing is the bright sky behind it. So what naturally will end up happening is that the built-in camera meter, the exposure meter, is probably going to read it so that way the sky is in exposed, and so the bird subject would actually not basically be a silhouette. So yeah, so it's not even worth taking a shot. In the past, in years past really, I would try to do something like that, just take a shot just because, or if it was like a special bird of some sort. But like honestly, it's not really worth it, just because I know the results aren't going to be that good unless if it's near eye level, my eye level, and you know, it's in a nice, not too deeply shadowed kind of area all the way around. So that's fortunate. But I did see there was a pair of mallards. I accidentally spooked them that were actually in the Beaver Creek, so didn't really get a shot of that. It's nice scenery though, like I said, at least that I hoped, you know, because I've never been here when there's snow. But yeah, going along the entire creek and the waterway there is pretty nice. But other than that, for birds, there's quite a handful of starlings, some type of sparrow. It was probably a song sparrow at best. It didn't sound like anything out of the ordinary, at least from the common sparrows that we get here. And that was flitting about in the little brush that was kind of like, you know, my height or lower, I guess. Other than that, starlings that are way off, they're on the other side of the creek, at least from where I was, just perched on some of the dead tree snags and stuff in the dead tree trunks. So yeah, not too much here. Like most birding trips for me, they can be very hit or miss, but I'm not done yet, so you know, I'm not fully giving up yet, at least. But so I'm hoping for something a little more actionable. I did hear, I heard I think a red-tailed hawk. It might have been a blue jay imitating it, because I did hear quite a few blue jays as well. So it could be that, I'm not too sure. But yeah, as you can see, let me just point out, obviously, as you can see, that it's a residential neighborhood that this actually is lined up with, this entire reserve here, which I guess is interesting. So you have to park pretty much in the neighborhood, and there's like a little off trail in between two people's houses that, you know, I just crossed through. But yeah, it's not bad for, you know, granted that's wetland habitat, which is really important in Ohio here. It's pretty neat that this actually exists so close to what would be, you know, considered, you know, urban, suburban life, you know. So it's pretty cool that this is very close range, and it's easily accessible, which is nice. So I'm going along this it's a really wide path, which is nice. But like I said, not too many people come here, but it does give you some kind of, you know, room to breathe, I guess, and move around and see both sides here. Because over here I got woodland, and over here, well, I got the neighborhood way off in the distance now, but you know, I got these kind of smaller pine trees or whatever behind me too as well. So yeah, and so I'm actually walking at the northernmost point of this area, this wetland property, and so basically it takes us on this little bend. It's like a winding, kind of curves around this little footpath here, curves, and it takes you to like what is basically a dead end, and it basically reaches the neighborhood, almost, in a sense. So I think the nice thing about this, something that I learned over time, is that it's very important for when it comes to birds, is that they prefer a lot of what would be called really edge habitat, and that means like the best places to find them in a lot of cases, especially like smaller songbirds, is in those edge habitats, because it's quite a bit going on. I just saw a cardinal fly over here, so I don't know, maybe we'll get some more luck over here. As you can see, it kind of ends right over there, so I'll at least walk up to the edge there and then see what's happening. And then actually just north of here, across a fairly busy road, is Siebenthaler fen, which I made an on-location video about that you can watch up here. Actually, I think you can see it from over here. There's some birds over here. Anyways, it's like over there. Over there, I can't tell really from here, but anyways, I'm seeing some birds actually fly over here, so I am probably going to shut up now, see if I can get a shot or two of them. So we will see. Oh my gosh. So yes, hard work paid off. Well, not really hard work, but patience, I guess, perseverance, we'll say that. So gosh, there's quite a few birds going on right now, and it's snowing, so it's actually a very beautiful kind of scenic view around me right now. But anyways, the reason why I'm so excited is that we're literally right after finishing that last speaking bit, there's a female Downy Woodpecker. It was basically about eye level, perfect clear as day background, the cleanest kind of natural perch of a, you know, dead tree, that was just, you know, scaling pretty much up from the bottom to the top. And yeah, it was just like a nice clean background, nice blue sky, or at least grayish blue sky surrounding it. And so it made for a really clean photograph, got pretty pin sharp focus as far as I'm concerned, shooting pretty wide at 6.3. which would be the widest I'm doing with this Tamron lens here, at least all the way out 600 millimeters. And so yeah, so I got a handful of shots of that. That was really exciting. So specifically a female one, because it did not have the red patch on its head, on its crest. So yeah, very excited about that. I bet those photos, I might get 1 or 2 great shots out of it once I edit them, of course. And then not only that, but actually on the other side over here, when you, it's kind of situated in this grouping of trees, but you know, not these ones that are closest to me in the foreground, but the ones kind of more off in the distance in the middle of this kind of dry scrubby habitat over here in this grassland, is with, I can't believe it, there's a Northern Mockingbird, which is really cool, really cool. At first I couldn't believe it. You know, I thought it was some, I don't know, I saw something with like a silvery kind of backside and under, you know, underwing look to it, kind of fly off, and it landed on, it perched on one of the top of these little trees over here, which is pretty neat. And so I was like looking through my binoculars, and then it was actually just about close enough where I feel like I could get, you know, look at it through my telephoto. So like I said, zoomed all the way out 600 mil. I zoomed in and I was like really surprised. I saw the white streak on the side of its wings as it just kind of stood there perched, and clear as day, had the right beak length for it. The tail is a lot longer than most other birds, at least, you know, common songbirds that I would see. But it wasn't obviously making any mimic calls or anything of that sort. You know, it's relatively quiet where I am right now, but it was just so surreal because, you know, the shots are just crappy, you know, documentation shots at best. So they're really not anything to write home about, but, you know, I might as well include one in the video because this is a pretty cool find for me. I believe this is the second time I've seen it, because I don't know, I don't have much luck seeing them at all, or maybe I just don't know really what to look for, besides finding them in kind of this open scrubby habitat like this. So yeah, I'm really excited. I haven't seen one since probably 2018, so very, very long ago, almost 3 years at least. So yeah, that was very cool. I was really excited to see that. Yeah, couldn't believe it, honestly. So the only thing I could really ask for is maybe getting a better photo of it, a much more a keeper shot, portfolio worthy shot. But you know, this is okay too. So it's nice to actually be able to take a photo at all and identify it from there and go like, hey, that's a bird. You know, I would consider pretty special to see at least. So yeah, that's a nice surprise, very nice surprise. And then there's Downy Woodpecker shots as well. But you know, now I'm making my way back from the curved winding trail. Like I said, now it's snowing a little bit more and the wind's not too heavy, but you know, it's kind of blowing the, you know, drifting snow around a little bit. I'm going to probably go down the southern end, like I said, and go towards where Dane Mutter Prairie connects to this wetland property at Hunters Point Reserve. And yeah, see if there's any more birds, I guess, you know, because there's prairie down there, which can mean more sparrows or goldfinches or you know, more specialty sparrows at that. That'd be pretty cool. And lots more edge habitat like I've been following along these footpaths for. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. Very exciting, yeah. And it is really cold, you can probably tell. But yeah, besides that, you know, I'm really enjoying my time out here, and looks like I will go home with maybe a couple of good images that, you know, I can share with you in this video here. So very exciting. So yeah, leave it at that. I'm going down the southern end here, and we'll see what's happening. And we'll probably call it quits for the day because, like I said, this is a pretty small location overall. So yeah, we will see. Alright, so unfortunately I'm going to conclude my day here at Hunters Point Reserve, but it's been pretty great. It's been great overall. The snow's really starting to drift and blow around now, which makes a cool kind of landscape shot. So I might take some off the video here. I don't know, we'll see. But you know, I'm just going to end the video here. Did get some good shots of the Downy Woodpecker, pretty good shots, I think. And seeing that Northern Mockingbird was a big surprise as well. So yeah, this is a pretty cool place. It's not too big, but I definitely feel like it might be a good migrant trap, given the right time of year. You know, if it's during spring or fall migration, because there's a variety of different habitat. Like I said, there's a scrubby kind of grassland You got the prairie behind me here, and then you got some wetwoods situated next to the Beaver Creek as well. So yeah, there's a lot to see, lots of different variety of habitat, and there's pretty big space of it. But like I said, not too much hiking trails or any of that sort. But yeah, it's a nice place to quickly bird for a morning or afternoon or evening, and rack up a few species like I did. I believe it got about 15 or so species total, which is pretty good for given the size of this place. And like I said, of course, that mockingbird was a nice surprise as well. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. Yeah, and I have to come back here in probably future visits, because this is my first time actually getting out here with the camera. And so yeah, it's been very rewarding, and I think all times of year really, even flowers in spring, summer, it'd be nice as well. And like I said, landscapes of course. So yeah, it's a cool place, and yeah, I'll be back soon eventually, so we will see. So yeah, on that note, thank you so much for watching, everyone. This has been Hunters Point Reserve, and until next time, make sure to get out here. Thank you.